Hey guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me on week 4 of my 12 Weeks of Christmas series. I can't believe we're already into week 4. And next week it's November. Holy moly, guys. I feel like I say this every month, but where in the world is the year going? It's just, it's going by way too fast. I wish time would slow down. But unfortunately, it can't happen. So today's project is, I just had the best time making this. This is some snowman soup, and I'm sure that y'all may have see this every holiday season. And so I wanted to do my little interpretation of it. And what I did is I used our popcorn box thinlits, and I did a video using this back, I want to say sometime in September. I think I made a Christmas version as well as a Halloween version, but I wanted to use this box again because it's a perfect size. It's really sturdy, and I created my own little gift bag of the snowman soup. So I'm going to show you how I made this and what little goodies I put in here. And on the back side, I just Googled this yesterday, just a little snowman soup little poem, and I typed this up, and I'll link this on the blog post for you. I'll download the PDF so that you can just click on that and be able to print this out and just cut it for however many of the snowman soups that you want to make. But the designer series paper, this is the Candy Cane Lane Christmas paper, Candy Cane Lane designer series paper, which is on sale through next Monday. So just to clarify, because maybe some people have been a little confused, the designer series paper sale only includes 8 collections, and there's 2 collections from the holiday catalog, this one as well as Presents and Pine Cones. Hopefully I have communicated that clearly with everybody, but I just know that there's been some confusion with some demonstrator friends, so I just wanted to make sure that I communicated that clearly with y'all. You can find that information in the description box on today's video, as well as my blog post, so you can always see which collections are on sale. But what happens is when you buy 3 collections of the 8 that are included, you get 1 paper pack for free. So if you wanted to get all 4 of these, you could. So this is one of the collections that's on sale, and I just absolutely love Candy Cane Lane, and I went ahead and used the coordinating stamp to make the fun little sentiment, and then this ribbon is part of that collection too. So I'm kind of using quite a bit from the Candy Cane Lane product suite. So what you do is you just stick it in there, you just kind of have to mush it around, and then it fits in there perfectly. But how cute is that? These would just be so much fun to make. If you like to make crafts for your friends who are crafty, again, teacher gifts, co-workers to pass out to neighbors, if you like to make homemade goodies, just a sweet little gift and just a fun little box that can be used for other things. After they've used it, they can keep this and put other little goodies inside of there. All right, so let's get started. It's actually pretty easy to make. So what I did is, because I covered the whole box with designer series paper, the first thing I did is I cut out the popcorn box using thick Whisper White cardstock. So you're actually going to cut out the box 4 times. So twice with the thick Whisper White, and then twice with the designer series paper that you choose to use. Okay, so here are the thinlits. That is the popcorn box, so you can see you get all these other pieces, and you could decorate this with the other pieces. I just kept it fairly simple, but you're going to need to get this this part of the thinlet. And what I did is I cut the thick Whisper White cardstock, I cut it portrait at 5 inches, and so that is wide enough for me to run this through my Big Shot and be able to cut 2 pieces from 1 piece of cardstock. And then you're going to want to do the exact same thing with the designer series paper. So again, just cut this down to 5 inches. And when you place your the popcorn box thinlet on the designer series paper, if there's a pattern that is, that has a top and a bottom, you want to make sure that when you cut your paper that you're cutting it properly, so when you put your Thinlit on the piece of paper to run it through the Big Shot, that you're cutting it the right way. So say if I happen to cut the paper this way, you know, I don't want to place my Thinlit like this, because then when it came out, the houses would be like this, and it would be, you know, it wouldn't be right. So just make sure that when you cut your paper that you have the orientation of the Thinlit correct if there's a pattern that has a top and a bottom. Let's see, like on this one, again, you know, you wouldn't want your gumdrops to be sideways. You want it to go that way. So just be aware of that, so that you're not cutting and wasting paper and then getting all frustrated. All right, so let me head on over to the Big Shot, and I'm going to cut 2 panels in Whisper White and then 2 panels in the Designer Series paper. Okay, so I've got both the panels cut out, and now what I'm going to do, before I score all the lines, I'm going to go ahead and adhere the Designer Series paper onto the Whisper White cardstock. The ideal glue to use for this is our multi-purpose liquid glue. I am currently out of that, and so what I'm going to go ahead and do is just use this glue stick or this glue pen. But the multi-purpose glue is perfect just because you're able to move it around and before it sets. So that's what I would recommend, but I think this will work okay. So just make sure you get all the edges, and then what you're going to do is just what I like to do is to go from the side and then just be able to meet up the top and the bottom, and then just kind of move it around if I need to. Okay, and then we'll just repeat that on the second panel as well. All right, so just do the same thing, just line it up. Okay. Ideally, you'll want to let these just kind of set up before you start folding and scoring. But because we're doing this on video, I'm going to go ahead and do it. It shouldn't take too long to set up, but so that's what I would just recommend. So just go and find all those score lines, and then use your bone folder to burnish on those edges. So just do this gently. You don't want to be in a rush, because the score lines and folding this correctly is what's most important when you put this box together. So if you don't have the fold lines correctly, it will make putting the box together a lot more difficult, and you don't want to have to repeat cutting all the stuff out again. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, is having to redo something that I did. I don't know about y'all. Okay. And this little flap is where we'll put some adhesive in just a minute. But, okay, so now let's do the other one. This is a really easy box to put together, especially if you're going to make quite a few of these. You'll get really good at it, and you'll whip through these in no time. And if you do this project, you'll have to let me know what everybody thinks about it. I always love to get feedback from y'all, so let me know if you did one of these projects and what everybody thought of it. All right, so let's get out our tear and tape adhesive. That's what I like to use. And what I'm going to do is this little flap right here. I'm going to put adhesive on, and that's just going to butt up with this piece right here, okay? And you'll have to apologize, my nails are all yucky. That glue got all tacky and I picked up dirt or something, so hopefully it doesn't look too bad on video. Okay, and then what I like to do is burnish the tape with my bone folder and then use my paper piercer, and it makes getting this backing strip off really easily. And then what I do is just kind of roll what's hanging over on the edges. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to match the top and the bottom. Okay. Okay, and then you can run your finger along that line, and then we're going to do the exact same thing over here. So let's get our tear and tape adhesive. Did I say score tape? I hope I said tear and tape adhesive. If I said score tape, my bad. I like this much better than score tape. But anyway, tear and tape adhesive. Okay. Okay, and then just roll that back. And then what I like to do is just to kind of bring this flat and then just bring this over, and that makes putting these sides together a lot easier. And the good thing with the tear and tape is that you actually can peel it off and kind of adjust it without it ripping your project. I know our previous tape, you couldn't do that. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is these little flaps that we folded back. You want to go ahead and put a tiny bit of tear and tape there as well. Just tear this in half. And that's what's going to close the bottom of the box. Okay. And again, just roll the tape back if you got a little bit where it overhangs. Okay, so the way we do this is what you're going to do is these two side flaps right here, you're going to put those down first, and then you are going to tuck these guys inside, and then the flaps with the tape are going to be pressed down on the top. And then what I like to do is to stand it back up and take my bone folder and just press down and just kind of run all through the bottom. And then if you can stick your hand in there. Okay, and then there's the box. How cute is that? And now what we need to do is just determine the front. I think I'll use this one. So what I did next is you want to get out your Candy Cane Lane Christmas stamp set, and I'm going to use Wishing You a Sweet Season. That's the stamp that I used, and I'm going to get out just the scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock that we used to make the box. This is just the other part of it, and go ahead and get out your Real Red ink and then just stamp out that sentiment. And then what you will want to do is to get your layering circle framelits, so both the plain circles as well as the scallop, and just go ahead and find which circle will match, that will fit the sentiment in. So this is the one that I'm using. You can see that it pretty much fits it perfectly. run this through the Big Shot, and then at the same time find the coordinating scallop that will outline this and run that through with real red cardstock. And I went ahead and already did this step just to save time. And what you will, so this is what it looks like when it's done. So that red scallop, whoops, that red scallop just barely peeks through, which is the way it's designed. And then I'm just going to use some snail to attach the white circle to the scallop circle. And then bring our box in, and then I'm going to use dimensionals to pop this up. So I just got 2, put them on the top and the bottom. And then I'll show you how to make the little snowman soup, what all goes inside of there. Okay, so that's just going to go on the front. Now to make the snowman soup, what you're going to want to do is just to get a package of hot cocoa. And then the funny thing is, Christmas or candy canes aren't out in the store yet. I went to a couple of stores. I mean, my goodness, they've had the decorations out since the summertime. I thought for sure they'd have candy canes out, but nope, they didn't. So I just went to my local Michael's and I found these. These are plastic, but they're really realistic, aren't they? So, you know, I'm envisioning, you know, just the little mini ones that are already in the little packages. So that's the ideal thing. This is just more or less just for you to get the idea and display purposes. And then what you're going to want to do is to get one of our 2x8 cellophane bags. And there's the top. And then just fill that up. See what I did here? Just fill that up with, I did like 8 marshmallows. And what I did is, once I had the marshmallows down at the bottom, I just cut the top part off and I folded it over just one time. And I used our handheld stapler. Here, I'll open this up so you can see. Just use the handheld stapler just to keep it together. So you can see there. So I just cut off the top and then I just stapled it twice. So you're going to want to put that in there, and then you're just going to want to get a Hershey's Kiss like that, and then just put that all into one of our, so I'll just go and put this back in here. So this is one of our 6x8 cello bags. So this is our 2x8. So like I said, you'll just cut that down. So this is our 6x8 cello bag. And so this is our real red stitched ribbon that is part of the Candy Cane Lane product suite that you can find in our holiday catalog. And then you're just gonna, so once you get everything in there, you just tie a square knot. And then just come in with your ribbon scissors, and then I just like to cut the tails at an angle. And then here is the Snowman Soup poem that I've already created for you. So you can just take your scissors and just cut off if you want to trim it down a little bit more. And what I did here is I just taped that onto the back. I just used my snail. So you'll just do that, and then you'll just put it here in the box. And it molds really well. And just what an absolutely cute idea. I would absolutely love to get one of these if I was, you know, a child or even an adult. I think it would be so much fun. So I'm going to be making these for my friends and teacher friends and everybody else that I can think of. All right, guys, well, I hope you liked today's project. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am so hoping to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I still have quite a bit of ways to go, but every person counts. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. I would greatly appreciate it. The other thing is make sure you sign up for my exclusive newsletter, which you can do on my blog, which is www.istampin.com. At the very top, you'll see the spot to put your name and email address. And each week I send out exclusive content, so you don't want to miss out on those fun projects that I send out to everybody. All right, guys. Well, like I said, comment below if you have any questions. Let me know if you try this. I would love to hear about it. And I think that's it. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.